You're
Even
one
though
of
it
the
wasn't.
rare comedians,
Yeah.
and there's George Carlin,
Yeah.
there's Bill Burr.
Yep.
There's certain guys who will do jokes about black people.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say that they're brave is because you're not going to land all of them. And you're a very, very intelligent, fantastic comedian. I'm not going to say you don't go out your way, but you don't shy away from doing jokes about race and jokes about black people. And like sometimes they're going to sting and hit in a way that someone's going to be like, that's racist.
Somebody said a black comic said one time, they're like, I love watching you do black rooms because when you go on, they fucking hate you. And it's like, if you knew if you knew if they knew who I actually was, they wouldn't hate me at all.
Oh, no.
But like, if you assume that Chappelle Show ended on some racist shit, then who else are you going to hold responsible?
Do people
You know what I mean?
sometimes treat you like you're the guy who was
Yes.
fighting with Dave?
Yes. And because the bigger issue was, and you know this, is you've had a charismatic partner in the past.
A couple.
People can't believe that you would be mad at him, or you would disagree with him, or you would fight with him. And it's like, that's actually proof of not racism, that I can openly fight with my friend, and like, it's easy for me to say race has nothing to do with it, but I would venture to say it has very little. It has as little as it possibly could. I'll say that. But people don't like people don't like someone that they really like. They don't like you disagreeing with them.
Yeah, I think regardless of how you feel about how race could have as little to do with it as possible, because what I know about you and Dave is that you guys truly love each other.
Yeah.
It's a real love there.
Yeah.
And you guys worked on it together.
Yeah.
I heard you on Joe Rogan.
Yep.
And you talked about, regardless of how you see Dave,
Right.
the perception around from comedians to studio executives is different.
Yeah.
Studio executive is going to assume you do all the writing.
Yeah.
You said comedians are going to assume he does all the writing,
Yeah.
right? So,
And we knew that literally when we were
but that's a
writing
race
Half Baked.
thing, right? So it's like
Yeah.
that's the race always matters, even when it doesn't.
Yes, and in that case, I'm paying a price. We're both paying a price in that regard. He gets, the assumption is the white guy did all the studio execs assume the white guy did all the it's usually, so Neal, you're the structure guy. Yep, and then jokes come and I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, no, we both do both. It assumes that Dave can't do structure and I can't do jokes.
Right.
Which is right there is
Right.
racist toward both of us.
Right.
In terms of who pays a bigger price between reputationally, I think that's a push to me. You might disagree, like, well, he wasn't getting studio opportunities. He was getting studio opportunities, and I do get comedy opportunities. But
Right.
it's the reason we never say who wrote what is because of that. Because
Yeah.
we knew that I don't want him to look bad. I don't want him to look bad, and he doesn't want me to look bad. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't like aspects of that Rogan interview because I felt like you and Dave, I think, are, from what I got from it and from what I get, and you and Dave are good friends to this day. I've hung out with you guys together fairly recently.
Yeah.
But there's still things about that situation that are raw for y'all.
Yeah.
Things that you and him are just going to disagree
Yeah.
about. And that because it's such a big, huge show, is going to be talked about.
Yeah.
I feel like, with all due respect to Joe Rogan and for who he is and what he's built and what he represents, I feel like he was trying to push you to be negative about Dave. And I feel like in that space, you were working hard to not fall for that trap.
It just doesn't. It does. There is the funny thing is, with all of that, now that everyone's a broadcaster, you have to decide, what am I going to hit you on? What's the standard thing that I could get clicks with about you? And then do I want to explore? It's not even I don't even consider Joe exploiting. It's like I've known him forever too.
Right,
Like,
he's been around forever.
And he's just trying to get like to the bottom. I don't know. I didn't ascribe any negative.
Well, he does. I do think that as a comedian who's in y'all's circle, he has a genuine personal invested interest in that story more than the average person.
Yeah.
So that's what I was attributing to.
Yeah.
Like at the points when I feel like, oh, that was kind of dickish. I was like, no, he's just really personally involved. He knows you guys personally. He's a comedian. You know, it's not just clicks for his blog at that point. It's also, I really want to know. But I do feel like I feel like he wasn't creating a space for you to develop, to just tell your story.
Yeah, you know? It's also hard because it's like private. You know what I mean? It's like like I do want people to know stuff, but at the same time, it's like it's private and it's public and private. The thing that bugs me more is like people getting mad at me for having a falling out with Dave for a while, and it's like, motherfucker, you don't know. What do you care? Like, what? You have nothing fucking to do with it. Like, we would walk around for like, we walked around for years. From '92 to '94, we literally just walked around New York. Like it's a guy I know so well that it's beyond. It's like laughable how well I know.
Do you ever? Because you guys are a duo, you're looked at as like the same person sometimes in a lot of conversations. And I know you do interviews, and
More
they're going to ask
him,
you.
Meaning, like, no one. He doesn't get asked about me in every interview.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Do you ever get frustrated that when you're doing these interviews that they always attach you to Dave? Do you want to like find your own?
No, because this shit's good. Like you know what I mean?
No matter
like,
what, he's still like he's still the Mark Twain Award winner.
Yeah, like this shit's good. So I don't, and it is a huge part of my life and career. So I'm not. I always say it's like when an actor goes, no, he's known as Billy, and then he goes, call me William. Like, I'm not going to go like that. I won't speak about that hugely popular thing I did for a couple years that had a spectacularly explosive ending.
Right.
Like, it's interesting from... It was interesting from my point of view, but it's also interesting from the outside. From the outside, it must have been riveting.
Yeah, it was.
What we done started. Look at what we done started. This the people party. When opportunity knocking, then young nigga move that door. Whoa, get your foot stuck in it, call me young, go get it. They can't fuck with it, might as well roll.